How are you guys doing, by the way?
Exactly. How you doing?
Doing good. I believe this is the very first time I met Mr. Beard, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Pleasure. Yes.
Pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Pleasure.
I know that Mizzy is not the first time, but Fire, we've been playing a lot of code lately, and I've been killed a lot every time I play with him. Gotta tell you that. It's good to see you guys. It's really good to see you. I'm really happy to be here, by the way.
No, thanks. Thanks for coming. Pleasure to have you.
Yeah, exactly. We are grateful to have you here.
Thank you so much. So,
yeah, Fire, how you doing?
This is the very first time, by the way, I'm doing a podcast, so I'm not quite sure how is it gonna go. I'm gonna leave.
Just fine.
Let's blame Mizzy for it, right? Let's put her on her, so she's gonna do it.
Then you gotta stop talking. The camera goes off when you stop talking. Fire. You gotta unmute yourself, buddy. I think that's the only thing we're looking for, that unmute button down bottom left-hand corner.
Oh, yeah, in Zoom. You have to unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, I'm really nervous. So, yeah, and I'm taking a lot of painkillers again because, I got the old man nap and, woke up again because of the migraine.
You should just look at me, man. I'm really nervous as well.
I'm smoking in my room. You know what that means, right?
That's the next level thing that was going on here. I know that. Yeah.
I always thought I'm the only one who's nervous on the podcast. It's so interesting to see that somebody else is nervous than me.
It's totally different when you stream. When I stream daily, it's completely different. Completely.
Yeah, I agree. Well, at least, Mizzy, you're not alone here, so we're all nervous like you. So
why is it different? Why is it different? I'm curious now.
Yeah, good question.
For me, it was because it's a little bit headache and looking for the stream. To hear everybody talking, and it reminds me all my stuff with hospital and all that stuff that I had in my life, and it's
We'll probably get into a little bit of that here. So no need to be nervous though. I was a little nervous too myself, I won't lie, but everybody gets nervous, and that's part of it, especially something that's new and different. You're gonna get those nerves, and something else to be grateful for, right? Just to be able to experience different things and new opportunities. Yeah, you might be nervous, but in the end, you grow so much from it. And I know this podcast here and doing this has made me at least a little bit better of a speaker here. So, I'm grateful for that. And I guess why don't we kind of get into a little bit of a gratefulness here? A couple things you were grateful for yourself, Fire. Anything you were grateful for specifically over the past year?
Yeah, I'm very grateful that I was trying 2004 to kill myself, and it won't be wrong. But the doctor says it was a miracle, because I took so much painkillers that normally kill 3 people, and I woke up again. And that's because I'm a metabolizer. I was taking all medications 3 times more than a normal human, and
I'm really.
And I got the problem really since birth, not later as a teenager. And I spent a lot of years of my life in hospitals, a lot of times. And so I meet a lot of people with, not only with depression, with autism that I got also, and all that stuff. And it's
tough.
It's a tough question, Fire, but let me ask you this. When we ask you, what are you grateful for, and you say, I'm grateful for being alive because I tried to kill myself, right?
Yeah.
When did this thought come to your mind? Directly when you woke up in the hospital, or was it more like a process over the time that you say I
was woke by myself at home. After that, I I never told my parents about that because they know all my problems. My mother was always with every dark appointments and every stuff, and and after that I was in the hospital, and there was one doctor. He said the right thing what I got. The all other doctors never said. And this was so much that he gave me in this, I think it was 10 minutes when he was talking to me, and my last years of my life was so clear, and I know everything because I was thought before maybe I have cancer or a tumor that I know because why I got so problems. The problem is when you got mental problems in Germany, you don't get the paper from the checks, from the tests. And when you ask the doctors, they say, I was asking because my brain they show something on the CTG or MRT. They always said it's okay. But I got the paper from my doctor that he knows me a really long time, and it was completely different that when I was asking them. And it's also a problem because when doctor says, yeah, it's everything fine, it's all okay, and you was looking, why? I do sports in when I was a teenager and everything. I was outside, nothing working right, and I took medications. I think every medications that in the US or in the Europe side. It was not working because it was too low for me.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor says, okay, it's in your blood. It must work. It must work. It's not working. But it's only 5 people in Germany. They got it like me. So I'm not a normal. That's then it's a big problem. It's a big problem then.
Mm-hmm.
You know that I knew you like probably when did we start basically talking, me and you, Fire? I never knew the start of the story, but you do realize that I do care, yeah. Don't do that to yourself, man, please. We don't want to be hurt. There's a lot of people loves you out there, including myself. I never knew you before you but I really, really respect you and love you, man.
I know. I mean, the most of the people know when I saw a tweet because I'm depression and I saw it on the timeline and I wrote many people DMs because when they want to talk or only one, there is a guy who wants to listen because I know everything from this therapy, medications, unfortunately. But
But hey, listen, I hope you're happy now. You're good now. You're playing together now a lot. Yeah. I've been killed a lot, and every time I play with you, that's a good thing. Every time I die, he's laughing at me, and this is actually that's a progress, right? Sometimes I try to communicate with him in German, use some German words, and that made him laugh, and this is something good. It made me feel happy, man, to hear you laugh.
This why I play a lot because I'm focused on the game. It's I got strong depression, not small. I don't call it. And it's for me early in the morning when I start up. Okay, now the last 3 months, every time I woke up because of shit migraine. I got it also since birth, but not so strong like this last 3 months. It's I don't know. Doctors also don't know why, but I think it's not getting better when you get older. In my
your experience.
But first thing is when my head is clear without not so much pain, and go on Twitter and say good morning and to the community and try to be positive because I know some people saying I say too much too often. Thank you, but I know why I say this.
So, it's your way of being grateful, and you know what it does to your brain, and that's why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Try and
Golden,
bring.
can you be so nice and introduce yourself quick a bit so the chat knows you better?
Oh, well, hello everyone. I'm known in the community as Golden Eagle. I know that my real name is going to be really hard for most Europeans to say. My name is Saad. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm the founder and the CEO of Gamers Community Ltd. So yeah, that's me basically.
What does Gamers Community do?
Gamers Community is basically a network of gamers and content creators that we provide an environment for a lot of people, play different games, play a lot of stuff together. We do have a lot of people that also sponsor, not for the financial return, but basically to expand the network. We're also providing a lot of events. One of the events that basically Mr. Fire here did once, I think, was it 2 months ago, wasn't it? Yeah, we enjoyed it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is what I enjoy doing. When I go back home every day, I fire up my PC. I do this for fun, and I really enjoy it.
Very nice. When did you found Gamers Community?
Well, Gamers Community basically, it was a small group of people, close friends of mine, right? One of them is Mr. Senpai the Jedi. I'm sure probably he's in the chat. Probably he's in the Discord. He's in the Discord right now. So we start having a lot of people coming in. We had it back in 2014-ish. So I remember he came to my place that day and he said, you know what, Golden, I think this is going to be really good. This is a very good chance to do something that we like to do. And I said, definitely, no problems. And there we go. We created this community and it's growing every day. So yeah.
Wonderful.
And I really enjoy this. I never gave up. I never feel tired of it. I find happiness basically in supporting people in many different ways, not always financially, if you know what I mean. It's more basically to provide the network for them to expand, so yeah, this is basically what I do in the Gamers Community.
Well,
I totally forgot that one of the latest projects that I really enjoy working with Miss Mizzy here. I really respect the lady and she's doing a great thing. She approached and said, this is what I do. We had a meeting, if you remember that day, and I said, well, this is exactly the same vision. And definitely I'm gonna just throw everything at you. Just tell me what you need and everything. And we start working together ever since. And it's amazing. I like it. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it started. It's not that long ago. And it's amazing. I'm so grateful actually for that as well.
Now,
so thank you.
I'm also grateful for that, honestly. Really grateful for that.
Let me go into the grateful question. Like what I would really like to know in your case is, I mean, you're from Saudi Arabia, right? So what does grateful mean for you? Does it have any well, how do you say that? Beard, help me. Word. What kind of importance has it in your life, in your culture for you? Being grateful to you?
In the culture, there's a lot to talk about. I'm sure that we will need more than 30 minutes about that. But you know that most of the people know that I'm from Saudi Arabia, which is away from Europe, America. You guys mostly from Europe here. Some people from America and Canada. I've always been playing in a European service. Always been close to that culture. I've always known it, but no one actually seemed to know exactly what is the Saudi culture. How is it? Some people think it's wrong. Some people think it's right. Something unknown. So I'm not going to go into details about it, but I can assure you that we do play games. We have internet. We have PCs and everything good. So I live more of a Western life myself, and I really like it and I enjoy it. And we do have a huge gamer community over here that they speak Arabic. I think Mr. Fire knows a couple of these guys that I also worked with. And we have a huge Battlefield community actually over in the GCC region, the Gulf region. And there was tons and tons of events that's been going on. I think that's not been introduced, and a lot of people in Europe and America knows about it because it's mainly Arabic speaking. But the amount of traffic is crazy. It's amazing.
So to speak to actually that quickly on just a side note, my claim, we have an Instagram page and we have actually gotten a ton of support from the Arabic players and Instagram creators, content creators. It's quite amazing. Comments, likes, all that. They seem to actually maybe even go above and beyond with the amount of gratuity they give towards the community. It's something very nice to see. Is that typical throughout Arabic culture? It is. Or as you say, maybe a microcosm.
Generosity, basically, and helping others is something that I don't know about the other Arabic countries, but I'm speaking about the GCC where I live right now. Like Saudi, Qatar, Kuwait, Dubai, and Emirates. We do have that basically we do have that spirit of being in a community, being in a family. So Gamers community basically comes from that point. It's not just only a company. It's not pure business. It's more of a family. It's more of a friendly environment. It's more of a, it's an organization that we treated as family members. Every member there is a family member. It's not just as some companies treat it as an asset or something like that. And when we do provide sponsorship, it's more of an invitation to be part of this family rather than have a financial return from you or something like that. We don't do it this way. Many people ask me that, why do you do this, Golden? Like, why do you keep spending money like that? One is because I do find joy helping other people. And not just only financially, I do provide different tools as well to content creators, basically to expand their channels and everything. When you look at it in the long term, is you develop a very good friendship with these people in the future. So this is how I look at it, basically. And it's simple as that. Simple as that.
Beautiful.
So what are you grateful for this year, 2020?
Ooh.
Both of you, by the way, both of you. This is an interaction here, guys. Yeah, it's not like we interview one and then the other.
You two are friends too.
Please go ahead, Mr. Fire, before I answer, because I will take longer.
I'm also grateful for my girlfriend that she not passed away this year because she got a second heart attack. After this year COVID I got no problem with COVID because the only thing for me is I'm wearing a mask and when you spend most of your time of your life in the hospitals, you get always a bottle with you, and that's now more than usual for me. I felt depression. March where I was moved 2-3 rooms apartment, and it was so hard for me. I threw all the old consoles away. I only grabbed my small streaming setup and stuff, and I threw everything away. It was all okay. It was working. PS 1, 2, 3, everything. It was hard. Then we was in a house, and then she gets a heart attack, and because COVID, I can't go to the hospital. First of all, the problem was we're not married, and in Germany, that's a big problem.
It is.
And she got a brother, but it's too much, and they must ask him that I can go there, and and then she was back home rehab, and then she fell down the stairs, bruised both legs. But
so sorry to hear that, my friend.
She's alive. She's alive, and it's all.
You know what? I'm also grateful for that, my friend. I really am. I know. And I really wish that things will really turn good.
And that's what I say, because your culture is always friendly to me. When I was growing up in the area where I grew up, there was a lot of Arabic, Turkish people, and in my school too, and always friendly. And
you know,
not the last few years. It's you know what I mean.
You're not gonna go there, but I'm really, really happy that to hear things are moving. Well, and I really wish that things will improve better, man. I really do. Plus, man, I gotta tell you something, and I gotta be honest. You're among those people that I play with and I really enjoy, my friend. I'm not lying. I'm saying this truly, man. You know why? Because you're always a guy who's always in the middle. You don't go left or right. You know, you're always straightforward. You're always pure heart. You know, I really respect people like that, dude. I really do. I really, really do. And much respect for you, my friend. You know.
Thank you very much.
And hey, we definitely gonna be keep playing for very, very long time. Yeah. And you're gonna keep laughing at me every time I die. You know the reason is because I'm used to play the ping of 90, 100 every time I play in a European server. Every time I go with fire, I do enjoy, but there's always that one player or two players, they keep knifing me. I'm used to it, you know. And every time fire sees that, he just keep laughing, you know. And I like it. I really like it. So yeah. But
so,
what I'm sorry, I'll be finished, fire, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you grateful for, Golden?
Oh, a lot of things, to be honest. Things that I didn't even, you know, I do work a lot. I do work for a very, very long time. You know, every day that I work 10, 12 hours plus. And I do love my job. I really enjoy it. When I go back home, you know, when COVID starts, I was a little bit panicking because they said, you know, because I'm diabetic myself. I do have blood sugar. And they said, well, against chronic diseases, COVID is quite dangerous. I was kind of a little bit panicked. So I kind of locked myself pretty well in the beginning. That's it. I work from home. I got my laptop over here and I kept working from home. I locked myself out. So I figured, you know, this is literally the first time since I started my career that I have a lot of time to look at things. I started discovering little details, little things that I never knew that it existed, you know. And that made me really, really happy and be really grateful, you know. Made me look more of the people around me, you know, people that I really, really love and respect. A lot of things. I've been healthy. I survived so far, you know. You know, in the beginning, everybody was a little bit panicking about COVID. Didn't know what COVID is. That is like a virus that's going to turn you into a zombie or something like that. It's going to kill you. And I didn't go to that level, but I said, you know, I need to take precautions and everything. So what I did here is just barricaded myself very well. I lived in this little room here. I turned into a gaming room, a gaming studio, as you guys can see. And I started discovering things that I quite missed when I was busy, you know, when I had more time. Things that I really love, like, you know, since COVID, for example, I know you, Fire, you know, the very, very live example in front of you. And during the COVID pandemic, Mizzy as well. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, you guys are one of the big things that I was really, really grateful for this year, to be honest. You know, working towards the community. I discovered that I had a lot more free time when I work remotely. And I decided to dedicate more time to the community to help them as well. And the amount of support I get in return is amazing. And I loved it, to be honest. Matter of fact, I'm thinking of working remotely even after that pandemic is finished. So I can balance things, you know, together. And I really enjoy it. I really love it. I'm really grateful for my family. I'm really grateful that I'm still alive so far, even with that thing. I'm grateful for you guys, you know. And there's a lot of other things that it's going to take more long time to
Isn't it interesting? Because you said, like, because of COVID, basically, and the lockdown, you get more aware of things around you, you know, you saw more things. So I think, like, I mean, you can say, like, you know, COVID brought so many bad things, but it also gave us a lot of new opportunities, you know, and new developments and new stuff. And, like, just being aware that, you know, aware about new things. Or let's just say, like, in Germany, for example, like, we are really behind when it comes down to internet and technology and working, like, online, you know. And a lot of things that happen, like, in a positive way now, you know. So I'm really grateful for that, actually. I mean, I'm lucky as well because I can work from home. I mostly work from home anyways. But I think for many people right now, there are actually also opportunities now which weren't there before, because they're as an employee, you didn't have the chance, to work from home, and now they have to. So
Yeah.
companies have to change,
Yeah.
Um,
It gave me a lot. It gave us a lot of chances.
Yeah.
It took a lot of things from a lot of people, but it also gives us something in return.
mhm.
And then I believed in the saying that life is a harmony. Life takes and gives us something in return. It's just we need to use the brain. We need to see. Some of the people basically look in the far distance instead of looking close to see what they really have in the reach.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of my problems, to be honest, in the beginning. And then when I start looking at things in details, when I start micromanaging things, I did really regret some of the decisions I made. And I'm also grateful for a lot of things that happens to me as well. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, you learn from what you did not good, right? I mean, so you actually can be grateful for even something which was not that great, right? I mean,
Yeah, I wouldn't.
that's how we grow. Sorry, Beard. Are
No,
you back,
I mean,
Beard?
hi. I was just
Hey.
listening. Everybody was talking. It wasn't my place
Just
to
kidding, man.
interject. But yeah, I wouldn't change anything that's ever happened to me in my life.
Yeah.
It shapes who you are. It makes who you are. And trust me, I've made plenty of mistakes. But I wouldn't be the person I am today without making those mistakes and having reality slap me in the face a few times. And you sit back and despite all the crap you went through and all the bad, I'm grateful I'm still here in the end. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful to have
yeah.
learned and grown so much from that, not to make those stupid mistakes again, and to hopefully pass on that knowledge of not making those mistakes, or pass on my faults to somebody else, and help them realize not to make the same mistakes I do. And I guess that really goes right into when you have children. That's what you pretty much probably do as a parent. Mizzy, I'm assuming as a parent, you try and pass on what mistakes you made, so your child won't make the same mistakes you made.
The problem is it won't help. Most of the time, people have to make mistakes so they really learn from it. I think, especially as a parent, you can talk so much, and at the end, they have to make the mistakes themselves. Like my mother has really an issue with how I raise my kids, to be honest. And it took her almost 5 years to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And now she actually said a couple of months ago, the first time, now I understand what you're doing. And she kind of approved and was like, wow, okay, 5 years, but she's there now, yeah. Because I try only to interfere if they are in danger, or I try to see everything as a learning opportunity, basically, for them. You see? So because I know, and the other thing is, the first thing I learned also about my kids is it doesn't matter what you say if you don't live it. So that's why I actually changed a lot in my life. Like I felt like I need to change me first, because it doesn't matter what I say. They look at you and do the same. It is like that. And if you say, you can't eat in the morning all sweets and say, no, you're eating not sweets, you're eating vegetables.
You have to lead by example.
Yeah, it doesn't matter,
Exactly.
So,
Well, and to that point, your child will see that, and your child will grow up and turn to a teenager like I did, and will make mistakes, like you
that's
said, and they
good.
will have to learn. And when it comes to that point in time, and this is why the parenting, I believe, is so important, because I just think back on my mistakes, my parents, it was that extra step that I could have gone that I didn't take, because it was my parent in the back of my head saying, this should be done this way, or my parent leading by example, and me not doing that one extra step that would have gotten me killed, or one extra step that would have got me thrown in jail for years, and your values, your beliefs, and what you give to your children is so very important, in my opinion. And trust me, it comes, as much as we make our own mistakes, your views and your ideas are always in the back of our heads. And I think it's very important to recognize that. And then, I'm just especially grateful for my parents and all they've given me, and the wisdom they've given me to put me into this spot today and where I am.
That's actually interesting. That could be an interesting question. I would like to stick with that. Both of you, Fire and you too, Golden. What are you grateful for in point of parenting? Like about point of your parents? Like what did they teach you?
Yeah, well, quite
Did you learn from
same.
them?
To be honest, quite same as what Mr. Beard here said. Is quite it hit, as we say here, it hit the nerve. It's exactly the same. My mother is a quite strong person. She's the one who raised me. Actually, she's the one who made me totally as I am today. When it comes to my father, he's always busy. He's always away. He's always working. So my mom was that individual that helps me, that guides me as well. Exactly the same as Mr. Beard said. And I can't agree more. Mr. Beard, you said exactly the same as I'm actually feeling. My parents didn't go through difficulties and stuff, but they go through the difficulty of raising me. I'm a stubborn person. I'm annoying, but through school, through high school, and then when my career starts, everything, most people don't realize that until they reach to a certain age, and then they'll be like, that's exactly what they did right. We don't see it when we're young, which is unfortunate. But yeah, actually, yeah.
What about you, Fire? What are you grateful for? What did your parents do to you?
My father told me, well, really well, I don't know, I think it was 5 or 6. He said to me, only try to treat people like you will be treated. And that's I always try. And my father got a problem with the alcohol, and yeah, I got a lot of punch, but I know it was only when he was drinking.
You mean he hit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I was a difficult kid with all my stuff and yeah, what I got, and I know it was only when I was drunk, so I can make it different. And the problem was in the hospital, the doctors, when we was talking to they want to know everything from me, and they always said, yeah, you must quit with your father. It's because no, I can make it different. I know who my father was to everyone when he was not drunk. And everybody who knows me, my father was so. And yeah, this year it's also, he is now in the beginning with Alzheimer, and he was helping me a lot because I'm retired already because all the disability shit can't work anymore. But yeah, and I love to work. I worked like now I know, but like I played. So yeah, it's not even, it's every time easy for me when the people only then say, hey, Fire got only, he's sitting there the whole time and playing it. Oh, I like that. Or they call saying, oh, I must go work, or I got kids. Yeah, I got a son. He's already 21. I know what they mean when the kids are small and running and all that stuff. But I'm with Belingium. I know the problem with his son, actually, because my son changed his number. I was sending him messages and voice messages before Christmas, and yeah. But I know he's okay. That's for me the important stuff.
That's very sad to hear. I'm sorry to hear that, Fire.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, but it doesn't have to be that way,
it is what it is something that I say all the time, man. But can I say something here, if you guys don't mind, Mr. Beard and Mizzy, to Fire, if you guys don't mind. Yes, we all have this battle in life. We do have issues, we do have challenges, but never forget that you also have a lot of people that love you, man, and get you back.
No, I know.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I really know this. That's why I always try to help the people. And I try to give them something back a little bit.
Yeah.
And I also know from the therapy what's also important is when you can change it, you must accept the situation. It's not easy because family stuff it's never been easy, but yeah,
Man.
always keep fighting. That's why I was creating earlier on Twitter the hashtag Battlefield for Life. It was not only for the game.
It was more of a way of living, wasn't it?
It's
Yeah.
always fighting, always fighting.
Yeah.
Let's
Keep
give
on
a
going.
group hug here, guys.
Mhm.
Let's give some love here in the chat for Fire. Thank you so much for going that deep into your story, Fire. By the way, I didn't expect that for tonight, to be honest.
I said it's in my regular stream. I'm really open with all the stuff because depression and autism stuff. And when somebody wrote in my chat, I talked open with it because I know it's better when you hear something from a person they got it by himself as a doctor that he yeah oh it's totally different.
Yeah.
Relatable. You know, you want somebody that can relate to you, and that's why I always try and take it upon myself when I've experienced something bad or traumatic, or to share it with others, so they don't make the same mistake, where they maybe can relate and breathe a little bit easier, at least for a day or for a couple hours. It's very nice, very, very honorable that you can talk so freely about that. You're helping other people.
This why, because all that stuff that I learned over the years, it's only talk with people, talk. It helps talk.
Yeah. But I'm speaking about myself, man. If you need anything, man, I'm always here. Yeah.
Yep.
I know.
And I'm sure the guys would do the same. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't really know.
You know what? We keep fighting in life. This is how it is. Life is never fair on anyone. I do have my own problems that, trust me, I do not wish to share. Maybe I will share it when it's the right time. But I fully understand what you're going through, man. I really do. And I'm sure the other guys do as well. I'm sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure we will meet again, guys. I mean, so and I think this show today also gives us something to think about. And I think what's really important for me is that my whole idea about this show was, if I could tell with your help, guys, if I could tell stories. What do you say? Like, what was the word again? Relatable, Beard.
Relatable.
What was the name?
I'm not an English speaker, so we gotta talk to Mr. Beard here. I think he's
relatable. Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, I think relatable.
To be relatable. Yes.
Thank you. So, and I really think there's so much power into that, because most of the people in the community, they are looking up to you guys. So if you tell and share your stories, and they feel they are not alone, because that's the main issue right now in society, because we have social media and everyone is just looking out there on social media, like, you have this, you have that, you're beautiful, you have followers, you have a car, whatever it is. But nobody sees that at the end, everyone is just a person and has their own story. Yeah. And we all in the same boat, we all have our issues. It's a question how you deal with it. Yeah. And I think every one of us learned something in life and can share how we learned, because we are not kids no more. Also remember that, because I said before, like, I let my kids learn by doing failures, right? Because they don't listen, but you can listen.
I mean, that's the beauty of having kids. They always have this issue that they never listen. They're always stubborn.
Yeah.
Well, technically speaking, I'm still a little bit of a stubborn guy when we talk about games. What games I like, what games I don't like. So yeah.
Also, keep getting stabbed in the back. You're doing something wrong, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Bring it full circle.
I'm so sorry, by the way, that I'm coughing all the time, but I'm still sick, and I try to swallow it down all the time, but I can't. So I'm sorry,
Oh
Chad.
yeah,
that I'm
I had a brief
Worries.
chat with you yesterday, and then I heard you coughing, and I was like, oh,
Hope you feel
There
better
she goes
soon,
here.
Missy.
yeah.
I have. That's why I'm here, having these all the time.
Cylon put a comment in chat a little bit ago, and I kind of wanted to. This is, I guess, the group to do it with me, you, and especially with Golden here. We've improved a lot of things in this world, and this will change positively the future. But we still failed as a world community in certain things, and I would agree with that. I mean, how can you not? But at the same time, I like to take the other approach, the more grateful approach, and say, look how far we've come.
Mm-hmm.
And how important it is to look and keep continuing to make that progress. And it's groups like these, like yours, Golden, with Gamers Community, or like yours, Mizzy, with GamersWeCare. It's groups like these that are going to pave the way for that future of a safe and positive community, because what I believe this world lacks here, or this especially in the gaming community, tie back into that, is leadership. Leadership amongst people that want to do it the right way. And it's so vitally important that there's people like you, Golden, that there's people like you, Mizzy, that step up and take charge and take the reins and lead the troops into battle and make sure we take care of everybody. So, again, I'm grateful to you guys for the work you do, because it's like the butterfly effect, right? The tentacles just reach out exponentially to so many people, and you touch and impact so many lives. And it's just something to be grateful for, about yourself. And there's nothing wrong with being proud, or, being proud of yourself, or patting yourself on the back and saying, good job. But, pat yourself on the back. Good damn job. Good damn job, and we need more people like this. We need more people like Fire in the world who are going to show their face on stream and share their story. But, something to kind of just bring it back is the thing I like so much about this gaming community and the gaming world is, we're not judging people. I'm grateful for the fact that I can jump on a game and play with somebody across the world from me, whether it's my member in UAE, or my member in India, or my members all over Europe or North America, wherever they may be. And there's no judgments. It's all about who you are as a person, and showing gratitude to one another and taking care and being there for one another. And there's people that don't understand that in this world. And like I think Firgun said, surround yourself with the right people. And that's what we're doing here as a community. And that's what we want to do going forward. And that's how we change the world as a group. One person by one person, change their view, change their mentality on life, and make them more of a grateful person. And that's what you guys have done. And I commend you for it.
Yeah. There's one point I would like to add here. When it comes to gamers community and the business aspect in it. The way that I see it all the time, there's always that business aspect exists in there, like 10%, 15%. When I work with people, we reach to a disagreement when it comes to the business, and we may actually separate the ways. We may not work together anymore. But everybody knows that I really love these people to pieces. I never hated them because they didn't do the thing that I wanted to be done. If we reach to a disagreement in business, I never take it personally. I never do. I never will in my life. If one of these people who basically used to work with gamers community decided to leave, come to me today, right now, and said, Golden, we would like to do this, I'll be like, welcome, man. Welcome back. I never basically go ahead and think of it this way. Unfortunately, Mr. Calhoun is right, but unfortunately, a lot of people looked at it as when there's a business disagreement, there's a personal disagreement all the way, right? They always mix these things together, but I never do it that way. I'm not going to go into details, but this is the point that I really want to share today with the public.
That's actually great. That's actually really great. I think that we need more of this. Like try to, yeah, try to move on and making new beginnings. In a way, that's actually nice. So guys, I think we have to come to an end here.
Yeah.
We have the next two guests waiting in line. Thank you so much for staying with us tonight. I hope your first podcast was a great experience for you, Golden.
It is actually nice. I really enjoyed it. And I like your dog.
I know, thanks.
like
He's the
the dog.
best. Yeah, except he's trying to give me kisses.
Yeah. I don't know what you want to do, Fire, but we're probably going to go to Call of Duty. I'm going to get knifed again. I know that. But we're going to do it probably after this podcast.
All right, guys, then enjoy your games. Have a good one. Fire, thank you so much for being here. By the way, also thank you, Fire, for
let me be here.
being our mod tonight here when you're not at the podcast. Thank you so much. Good job, man.
All right,
Thank you for sharing, Fire.
Thanks.
Golden, it was a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Let's get some games in soon.
Me too. It was a pleasure to meet you, my friend. We will definitely talk further and further, man. We will. And we will get to know each other. Do you play games, by the way, before I leave?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
No.
I got no life. This is my life.
Gaming these days is real life. Outside there is not the real life.
100%.
Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. It's really nice to meet you all.
Have a good one.
Pleasure.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
I'll catch you all later. Thank you.
Bye.